Hello and welcome to Titanium Taurus Tarot, and today I'll be doing a reading for Cancer, okay? So this is for any planet or star you have in your chart under Cancer. If you do, great. If you don't, great as well. You probably have a message in here for you, so keep an ear out. And if you are a cross-watcher, I welcome you with open arms because heaven knows I was a cross-watcher for many a video myself, so I get you and I got you. Now, I will be mentioning the decks I use as I go along. If I don't, they are in the description box below. So with that being said, my gorgeous and fellow Cancers, I have one placement of Cancer in my chart. Alright, let's get into our cards. Yeah. Yes. So please, angels and guides, and one for the highest good who has a message for my Cancers. Please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good. And you got the Two of Winter. Indecision. Okay. About a Six of Autumn. Sharing something. So please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Cancers, please come forward and share what else they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Cancers, please come forward and share what they should expect. And I got the Seven of Summer. Yep. So please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Cancers, please come forward and share what else they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Cancers, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides. And you got the Chariot, your card. Yeah. Movement forward, like that. So please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Cancers, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. And you got the Strength card pointing towards the left. Now, if you've been following me for a little bit, you know that cards pointing towards the left to me mean that they happened in the past or they're happening super slowly. Now that is my interpretation. Okay. Now that was Radleigh Valentine's Fairy Tarot deck. Now I'm going to use Froud's Fairy Oracle. So please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Cancers, please come forward and share why the Two of Winter and the Six of Autumn are both here for the first set. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Cancers, please come forward and share why all these cards are here for the first set. It'd be nice if I shuffled them upright. So please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Cancers, why are these two cards here for the first set? And you have Arvel Parrot with the Singer of Courage at the bottom of the deck, as well as the Undressing of a Salad, followed by Lady of the Harvest, and the Laum, as well as Guardian at the Gate, as well as Sylvanus, and the Oakman. Now the next card is the Seven of Summer. So please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Cancers, please come forward and clarify why the Seven of Summer is here in the upright. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Cancers, please come forward and share. You got the Pook, followed by List of the Shadows at the bottom of the deck, followed by topsy-turvets. And thy spirit dancer. Now, please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Cancers, please come forward and share why their card is here in the upright. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Cancers, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. And for some reason, my eye went to my tracheotomy scar. Yes, that is not a birthmark. That is not a skin discoloration. Well, it kind of is, but that is a scar. It's a very quaint, very small scar. So, I guess, yeah. The first card clarifying Sheave the Croix. No, the Chariot is Sheave the Cruach. Okay, followed by the Singer of Transfiguration, as well as the Bodacious Bodak, and He of the Fairy Sword. Okay. Now, next and last card is the Strength card, which is Leo. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Cancers, please come forward and share why the Strength card is here pointing towards the left. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good. Okay. And we got Jehovah, G, with Iris of the Rainbow at the bottom of the deck, followed by Ilby the Retriever. Now, okay, so let us begin. Why? In love with you, I never loved someone the way that I'm loving you. Oh, oh, that came out wrong. Wow. Oh, oh, I never felt this way. How do you give me so much pleasure and cause me so much pain? Yeah. 'Cause when I think I'm taking more than what I'm due, I stop falling, maybe in love with you. I keep on falling in and out of love with you. I never love someone the way that I'm loving you. Okay, sorry. Why am I saying I'm sorry? I don't know. Don't mind me. So, well, it's very apropos. I guess we're talking about a love connection here. That or like something that you're very, very, very obsessed with. Something that you're in love with. You are someone you're dealing with. Okay, someone is stuck between a rock and a hard place in their mind. And they're like, what do I do? See, because the Two of Winter talks of indecision is holding you back. Make the choice that's best for you rather than trying to please others. Feeling trapped between the intellect and the emotional. So this might be an actual emotional connection, or it might just be your decision to go in a certain direction in regards to your work. Now, don't forget, okay, that winter represents swords, which means it's mainly ideas. So I feel like whatever this is, it's still in the gestation stage. So if it's not a relationship, it's in thoughts. Even if it's, or if it is a relationship, it's just you've imagining this person, you thinking about this person, and so on and so forth. This might be my reading. Right, and the next card is the Six of Autumn. Now the Six of Autumn talks of sharing, right? It says, the good you do comes back to you, an unexpected inflow of money, borrowing wisely, or repaying a debt. So I guess your karma, you have good karma. You've been accumulating good karma. It's great. Write that down. Good karma. Good karma, yes. Now the cards clarifying that are Oral Parrot. I feel like I do this, okay? When I think aloud. Some people find that weird, and it is. Even I find it weird when other people do it, but it works for me. So I'll do it, and then I'll just try and find a more subtle way of like conversing with myself, because that's basically how that's how I come up with my best decisions. I talk it through with myself. So maybe if you're indecisive, if you are in that space of like not knowing what the hell you're doing, just talk about it to yourself. Wonder what is going on. What should I do? And like I said, probably it's gonna take some courage on your part, because you have to be courageous and be willing to seem a little off to people, especially to those who don't know what the hell you're doing. Hopefully you have your ears covered, or seem like you have like an earpiece, so they think you're actually talking on the phone. That could be a trick. Yeah. I keep on falling in and out of love with you. I never love someone the way that I'm loving you. Now, the next card is the Undressing of a Salad. I refer to this card, okay, as the... Well, this is basically, you can take this in many different versions that basically mean the same thing, okay? So the first version is that these remind me of the people from Mario Party, right? The little brown dudes that are just like hopping around or just like waddling everywhere. That. And then this guy reminds me of Smurfs, especially with his hat. Pointy hat. So they come from two separate universes, which means that they're like, whoa, what is that? Right? If you want to take it in a comical way, you can take it from that side. Or if you want to take it from a more vibrational stance, energy-wise, these two groups, or the people in the foreground, the person in the foreground, and the people in the background, all vibrate at different frequencies. So, and generally when two differing opinions comes together, they're like, what the flip am I supposed to do with this? You know, we're not on the same wavelength, so why am I continuously talking to you? I feel like that's what it is. Now this card talks of balancing, avoiding, because when you are in front of two different vibrations, or completely two different species, okay, two different like universes, if you'd like, not species, universes, because we're all animals, we're all creations of God, we're all living beings, and that's all we should be looking at it. Now, so these being from a different universe, they're like, whoa, they're confused in front of the other, and it being able to balance it out is generally referring to being able to work with each other, you know, which demands sort of mitigation at some point. Now, being able to mitigate issues is being able to complete a cycle, is being able to set yourself apart from the differences and be able to view the issue from a third party perspective. I hope this is making sense. So what I'm getting is that, okay, yeah, this person has like a tennis match between ideas and thought patterns, which don't really go together, but due to the fact that they completed a cycle, they have been able to marry both ideas together, and so not feeling at odds with themselves. Very interesting reading. And next you have the Lenormand. Now the Lenormand talks of unconditional giving and receiving. So I feel like both these parties, or both these thoughts, like are playing, they are in a sense codependent. They are playing a tennis match. If one party stops playing the game, then there's no tennis match. And if there's no tennis match, there's no codependency. Well, not codependency, but co-work. That is a better word. Co-working. You know, one is throwing the ball on the other side, and the other is throwing it back, and vice versa. So that there's a game going on, which means there's a connection, which means there's a communication, which means that there is an interaction between the thoughts, if we go with the Two of Winter idea. And because there has been that elevation of understanding, someone somewhere has been able to elevate themselves, elevate their vibration, and pass through a gate. Pass through a gate, meaning go through vibrational portal, if you'd like. I hope that makes sense. Which allowed them to utilize Sylvanus, which talks of cutting through deception, clarity, and truth. So they were able to clearly see what no longer works for them and cut it out of their reality, which is amazing. Next, you have the Oakman. Now, the Oakman talks of ancient wisdom, strength, and depth. Yep. So you've learned something extremely important that most people have not understood at this point, which is amazing for you, right? Next, that is the first set. Now for the second set, you have the Seven of Summer. Now the Seven of Summer talks of no more procrastinating. No more procrastinating. Your power comes from making a decision. Confusion that arises from overanalyzing the options. Yes, you gain a lot of wisdom and you know a little more about what needs to get done. Though, I feel like, what do I feel like? I feel like you're kind of stuck because the indecision that you had at the beginning of the reading has not really gone away, but you better mitigated at this point. You know how to better understand yourself, which is amazing. Now, the first card clarifying it is the Pook. Now, the Pook talks of shape changer, good and bad and good, paradox, resolution. So the issue that is that you might have from being stuck in indecision is probably going to come to an end, because there has been a mitigating force involved, which has also healed your shadow. Yeah, healed your shadow self. Okay, which also talks of, this card also talks of addictions, bondage, and self-esteem. So something has mitigated everything, and it allowed you to better understand what is going on. And that understanding allowed you to, by the way, sometimes I use big words. It's not to make people feel small. Okay, it's just that I find that it's the best word for that. And if ever I use a word that you do not comprehend, please write it in the description box below, and I will give you the definition. All right. Now, yes. So, due to this mitigation, which is being able to, let me say it this way, being able to temper both sides into a understanding, which is negotiation. You temper a negotiation, you mitigate an emotion and negotiation, right? You try and make it so both sides are sort of unhappy, like kind of pleased, but not, but sort of unhappy, because that is what mitigating is. Being able to find a truce, being able to find a happy medium demands a little sacrifice from both sides. Okay? So in order for this mitigation to really occur, there needs to be a separate entity who has no, what should I call it? Who is able to change their viewpoint, have new looks, have a new way of seeing whatever this is, and be completely separate from what it is that they are experiencing, if that makes sense. And I feel like the best way to do that is by expressing yourself freely and exploring your options. Yep. Now the next card is the Chariot. Now I feel like if you do that, if you explore your options freely, you'll be able to move forward with whatever it is that you want to move forward with, right? Because the Chariot talks of success that comes from dedication and self-discipline, celebrating your accomplishments, being in the spotlight. Cancer card, you are appearing in your own reading. Oh my goodness, it's amazing, right? So this is good. It's forward movement. You found the person to mitigate, or you were able to take on the thoughts, thinking pattern that would mitigate whatever it is that needs to happen. Okay. In whatever way it should happen. Now next you have Shiv the Cruach. Now Shiv the Cruach, all right, talks of the receptive principle, fertility, and nurturing. And I feel like you moving forward is going to give you a lot of food for thought, or a lot of things are going to happen around you. And so in those cases, what is suggested is that you be receptive to what is occurring around you, so that you can then best take advantage of what is happening around you, right? Next, you have the Singer of Transfiguration, and I feel like you being able to put yourself in that state, or in that perception, or perception, in that what's the word? In that way of looking at things will definitely help you transform, rise from the ashes. Okay. Next you have the Bodacious Bodak. Now the Bodacious Bodak, it talks of meddling, sabotage, tampering, helpful fixing, which is not helpful at all, as well as order. So I feel like if you stay open and receptive to the information that is coming towards you from your surroundings, and which will help you transform, it will also help you find the order of which these new things should be done in your new reality, because the Chariot allows you to move forward into into new reality, and a new reality demands a sort of learning curve. And so I feel like if you are receptive to all the information that is coming towards you, it should happen quicker. It should happen easily or easier, if that makes sense. Now, the next card is He of the Fairy Sword. Now, He of the Fairy Sword, okay, talks of active principle, spiritual will, justice, protection. Yeah, so all these changes don't go changing to try and please me. You've never let me down before. Where'd that come from? Okay, well, whatever. Well, the changes are more spiritual. I feel like someone will tell you that. I'm like, what did I just pick up on? The fuck? Excuse me. Next, you have the Strength card, which is pointing towards the left. Now, cards pointing towards the left to me mean that they're happening slowly or they happen in the past. All right? And this is Leo energy, by the way. And it says the grace and inner strength needed to overcome challenges, the power of kindness and forgiveness, time to embrace how wonderful you are. Aha. It is time to embrace how wonderful you are, but for some reason I feel like you might be taking some time in order to realize this. My cancers, why is that? Oh, honey. Believe me. Wait, okay. Alright. Probably the reason why someone is having a little issue realizing how wonderful they are is because Jehovah is pointing towards the right. And at this point, I feel like this means that it is happening quickly. Something has got you all up in your fears, not feels, but fears, which are igniting unrealistic hazards in your mind, as well as forcing you to act cautiously, realistically cautiously. You get what I'm saying. You're being realistically cautious in regards to whatever this is. So instead of being full on, like, strong, showing all your strength, being strong from the get-go, you're like, wait a minute, I can mitigate this, and I can not be so strong, and I can take a slower approach to this. Hey, that is completely fine. I've done that many a times myself. It's okay. Right? It's better to do it when you're ready than not. Now, the next card is Iris of the Rainbow, which talks of hope and promise for the future. So you're mitigating this because you're a bit fearful and you don't want to start something when you're not ready. And you are also starting slow because you want to keep the faith alive, as well as the faith about a promise for the future or live, even though you're not running to it. I feel like, at least in my case, it would just be like, let me mitigate this and to make sure that I get there when I'm ready, so that when I do finally get there, things don't freaking burst in my face because I'm not like ready mentally to receive it, you know? Because if you're not ready to receive something, it might fall, like it might slip through your fingers. Next, you have Ilby the Retriever. Now, Ilby, all right, talks of Office of Unclaimed Properties, hopes and wishes, loyalties. And yet again, we have hope. Hope. So, like I said, you want to make certain that when you do go towards this, you're completely ready so that it stays within your palms and doesn't, and it stays in your hands, so that they don't slip through your, so that you can avoid having them slip through your fingers, right? So, my gorgeous Cancers, this is all that I have for you guys this week. If you like this and if you'd like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below, and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and my price. Now, like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell to be notified when I post new stuff, as well as leaving me a comment, because I adore comments. I read them all. I might not answer all of them, but I absolutely read them all. And with that being said, my gorgeous and fellow Cancers, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye.